Well, we will welcome you back here to Cincinnati. We've heard from Lisa, sent it back to the studio. Damar Hamlin fell at 8:55:03, was on his back, and it went from wondering what was going on to wondering about head injury to then them frantically administering CPR to this 24-year-old safety. And this is a Bills team. During the break, we watched Sean McDermott call his team over and say, we're going to say a prayer. We're going to say a prayer for Damar. They're going to try to continue to play this game. Sean Smith has gone over to each head coach. The two head coaches, you can see, got together, and they'll have 5 minutes to warm up. And Troy, I mean, you played this game for the majority of your life, and then after that, you've been calling these games. First of all, I've never seen anything like this. And then the question turns to, how do you, as a member of the Buffalo Bills or the Cincinnati Bengals, really continue on and want to play football at the intense level it takes to go out there and play this game?
Well, the game becomes secondary, there's no doubt, and everybody's thoughts now and throughout the rest of this ball game are going to be on the well-being of Damar Hamlin, and you can see it in all of the players' faces and the concern and how they are then able to come back and play a football game. Is no one's been through this. I've never seen anything like it either.
John Perry, as an official, you and I were talking during the break. I mean, this is uncharted water, really, for everyone.
Right, 20 years. I've never felt what I'm feeling right now. Haven't seen what we have been watching for the last 10, 15 minutes. And it just puts things in perspective real quick.
Zach Taylor's now walking across the field to Sean McDermott as these two head coaches are going to get together again. Let's send it down to Lisa.
Hey guys, just so much emotion down here on the Bills sideline right now. After Hamlin was taken away by ambulance, the Bills players just came to their sideline and they just looked devastated. Some players just sat staring out at the field. Other players were hugging each other. Other guys were openly weeping. At one point, Stefon Diggs tried to refocus everybody. He called everybody to gather around him. I could hear him trying to fire the team up, but after that was over, again, players back to the bench, just looking devastated, hugging each other, and openly crying.
Yeah, Lisa, as we said, they've been given 5 minutes to quote-unquote get ready to go back to playing. That's the word we get from the league and the word we get from down on the field, but nobody's moving. I mean, nobody's out there really warming up. Everybody's just stagnant. And it looks like Sean McDermott, after talking to Zach Taylor, is going to pull his team off the field.
The game has been temporarily suspended.
Joe, just talked with New York in the command center. The situation has risen to a point where they want to give both teams, coaches, personnel, an opportunity to go back into a locker room, regroup themselves, and so the game has temporarily been suspended to give them the opportunity. Whatever they need at this point, the teams are driving it.
Which I think they should. You know, this now is up to these players, I think, and these two head coaches with what they get sense-wise from their team as to how much they want to go back out there and continue playing this game. I think it's the right call to give them a moment to go back in, away from our cameras, away from this big crowd in Cincinnati, have a chance to regroup, talk. Crowd here has been great, by the way, throughout this. They don't know what's going on. And now these players are going back to their locker rooms, and I assume they'll have a real frank discussion as to whether they want to go back out there and play this game tonight.
Yeah, I would think so too. I don't know. Is that off the table, John? I don't know what the league is saying to you necessarily, but I can't imagine going in and being able to regain any type of composure to where you can come out and expect to play in a competitive football game.
I'm not sure anything's off the table. I think at this point, with what we are working through in the players and teams. I think they're just trying to do what is in best interest of this athlete.
So we'll step aside. We'll keep you updated. Right now, we'll send it back to the studio and Susie Colbert.
Joe, it's